Hi, I'm pro saxophonist Jamie Anderson. You're watching Get Your Sax Together. And on this, the last video of this whole year, we're going to have the greatest hits, the videos that you have been watching the most from Get Your Sax Together this year. And keep watching to the end, because at the end, I've got my 3 picks of my personal favourite videos that haven't really got that many views, but just ones that I love the most. So grab yourself a coffee and we're going to have a little skim through this year's videos. It's going to be a lot of fun. So here's the top 5 videos that you guys have been watching on this channel this year, starting with in reverse order. So number 5 on the list was a video called How Do I Sound Good on Saxophone? Avoid These 3 Awful Mistakes. Now this is a video to really cover some of the most damaging things that people typically do, the 3 most damaging things that people do. It was sort of aimed at beginners, I must admit, but it's not just for beginners. Every single sax player could benefit from this video. This had 24,000 views, and it comes in 5th place. So let me just share my screen so that we can watch this video. And the thumbnail says, transform your sax tone. Yes, high five, pumping there. Let's have a little look at the video and give you a little clip from that. This comes in at number 5, and it's How to Sound Good on Saxophone. Here we go. Mistake number 1 is not using enough air when you blow your saxophone. I don't think I've had a single private student come into the Get Your Sax Together studios here who has blown with enough force to really get that saxophone sounding good.
Absolutely true.
Now, in this short video, I haven't got time to go into it in complete depth, but if you look at the video linked up there, I cover a whole load of stuff about breathing to really help you out. But in a nutshell, you need to fill up the whole cylinder of your body with air.
Yep.
That means taking a deep diaphragm breath, so into your tummy, and expanding your chest. However,
Really good tips. And it goes on to talk about embouchure. So that's the next part.
will look like a pinched horizontal
And
line,
also,
like that.
how to do voicing.
Vocal track correctly. One of the most important and misunderstood aspects of getting a fantastic...
So that's a really cool video, that one. I really like that. I haven't seen that for ages. So that's number 5. Coming in at number 4 is the video where I visited the sax.co.uk shop, and Jim Cheek from sax.co.uk tries to make me ditch my Mark 6 for a more modern saxophone. I had such a great day there. It was a lot of fun. That's when we also recorded the video with the 2 contrabass saxophones, which was a lot of fun. And this little clip, which I'm going to show you now, if I just get my old screen share going, you will see me playing the signature custom raw XS, and I think it goes straight back to my Mark 6. So this was a really fun video where Jim was listening to me and tempting me with some of the greatest saxophones, which are available to buy new these days. This had 28,000 views. A little bit echoey in the shot, but never mind. Right, now the Mark 6. There's actually quite a bit of chat as well.
Really enjoying it.
You might have heard the first octave C I played didn't come out the first try. So it's interesting. And if you haven't been to sax.co.uk in London, make sure you give it a visit sometime. It really is an absolutely amazing saxophone mecca. So that came in at number 4. And that video was called Jim Cheek Tries to Make Me Abandon My Selmer Mark 6. Okay, moving up the rankings now to number 3. I really enjoyed doing this video. It had 33,000 views, and the video was called Learn Funk Sax from Maceo. For funk's sake, was on the thumbnail. This was me looking at some of Maceo's greatest sax solos, and teaching you, what we can learn from these solos. So let's have a little look at a little clip from this one. Get it. So good. And there's that D to C sharp again. Oops. So we're starting to build up the picture now.
Oh, this is such a wicked video. I love it.
That one's top D to top E, so more blues scale.
Yeah, so that was a really popular video with you guys, which I really enjoyed making, actually, going through Maceo's. I think I did a Cold Sweat, and I also did the Funky Drummer on there as well, his solos from those two things. So I really enjoyed that video. That had 33,000 views. So now we're into the top 2 videos from this year. Now, I should say that this is really quite unfair to be comparing all these, because obviously the videos that came out at the start of the year had 12 months to get views, and the videos that came out in December only had a month. So what I should really be doing is videos from the last 12 months for each video, but whatever. Incidentally, all the links for all these videos will be in the description, so go down there, click the link for each video you want to watch and open it in a new tab. Then you can keep coming back to this video to watch the next one. There's loads of good stuff to watch in there, I'm telling you. All right, so on to number 2, the second most popular video for this year, which had 34,000 views, was the greatest funky sax solos ever. The video is called The Greatest Funky Sax Solos Ever Covers, which is my compilation of it does exactly what it says on the tin, right? All the greatest saxophone funky solos ever. This was so much fun to do. Oh my word, this is so much fun getting all these incredible solos and putting them into one thing. It kind of follows on from my greatest sax solos of the 50s and 60s, 70s and 80s, which are some of my most popular videos of all time, actually. Okay, let's have a little clip of this then to remind you of that one. Here we go, and you can tell what pieces they are. They're written right there on the screen for you. This is such a good solo. Classic solo, this. And there's so much other good stuff. Brecker. David Sanborn. And of course, Street Life. So loads of good stuff in that video. That was absolutely, that was such a blast to produce that video. Had a lot of fun. Quite a lot of work, I have to say, but worth it in the end. Definitely worth it. Okay, so we've come to the big moment. Which video from this year received the most views? And the answer is, you might have guessed it already, it was my super fun collaboration that I did with the wonderful YouTubers that you can see in front of you there. Wally Wallace, Dave, Scott, myself, Nigel, and Jay Metcalf from Sax. And we did a cover of my arrangement of Caravan. So let's find, let's see if I can get the little clip of Caravan going. For you to enjoy, to remember that one. This was, oh my god, again, a lot of work, but this really was so much fun. I think we're at the saxophone soli section here, just after Jay's solo. Second half. Right, now the block section. I got stuck with the baritone on this, unfortunately.
my word, that really was so much fun to do. And that was my most watched video of the year, Caravan. However, it doesn't finish there, because there's a couple of other categories that I wanted to throw in. So stay tuned, and I'm going to start with what I consider to be some of the most important but unsexy videos. In this series of videos, these are the ones that people didn't really watch that much, but I consider to be some of the most informative, with some of the most choice nuggets of information as a saxophonist and improviser. So if you're one of the people that's never watched these videos, remember the links are all in the description. Go and check them out, because these are really solid lessons, guys. These are like mini courses almost on these topics. So it's super valuable in my humble opinion, although not in your humble opinion, because not very many people watched them. But nevertheless, my mission is to bring you occasionally what you need and not always what you want. All right, so I've just given you my top 3 here. So coming in at number 3, the video is called Minor Scales Explained for Improvisation. Now, this talks about the difference between all the different types of minor scales. So you've got your, well, you have to watch the video, but you've got melodic minors, harmonic minors, natural minors, Dorian minors, all these confusing things that people are always like, oh, what scale do I play over what? So I explain exactly what the scales are. I'm going to, let's have a little clip of this one. And it's an absolutely fantastic video if you've ever been confused about minor scales. So let's check out a little clip of this. This is further into the video. If you're playing a jazz song and you have functional harmony that resolves to a minor chord, for example, like this. If the 6th is specified, you use melodic minor. If it isn't, then you can choose which one you choose, melodic or harmonic. So in this part of the video, I'm just running you through which minor scale you would use in which context. Like so. My piano playing could use harmonic or melodic. Number 2, if you have a pop context, and especially where there are songs with the flattened 6th chord and the flattened 7th chord, then you would use your natural minor scale, aka Aeolian. And so on and so forth. It goes through each of the scale types. It's always quite a mission, you know, setting up these videos with like a piano that's in time, and sometimes you see the keyboard come up. And in this video, I've even got a thing where, you know, I'm using a pen to mark up on the screen. Oh yeah, there you go, you see? They will almost always. And I've got this iPad technology, so you can mark things on the screen, which is pretty cool. So that comes in at my number 3 video of most important but unsexy videos for this year. Number 2 is called Music Modes Explained, the only lesson you'll ever need to watch. And this is about scale modes. And the thumbnail looked like that, the modes, cleared up. And this does exactly what it says on the tin. It's really a complete mini course on the modes of all 3 scale types and the contexts and how you use them in jazz and all that sort of thing, which is really cool. So let's have a little tiny clip of this one to remind yourselves about this video. Now, the next cool and useful thing we can do with the modes of the major scale is we can keep them all starting on a common root, as we've just discovered, but we can reshuffle the order, and we can make the modes in perceived order of brightness or darkness. Oh, this is pretty cool, actually. The brightest mode of the major scale is the Lydian mode, and here's what C Lydian sounds like. Yep, pretty bright. So there I'm using a lot of C and D triads. And you'll hear this in movies all the time when things are bright and... Let's get a fast forward a bit. Because it's a lovely... Then the going in order... Then you got Ionian, I suppose you'd say, is regular old Ionian. So this time that F sharp is going to turn into an F natural. Whoops. Sorry about that. And there's our regular... Yeah, and then I go through playing all the different modes from bright to dark. So this video really covers the whole, you know, the whole gamut of modes and everything you need to know. So pretty cool. But again, you know, not a lot of people. It's the sort of video that not so many people are watching compared to, you know, the funny ones or the ones, you know,
I don't know. Caravan, the collabs. So that's number 2 on my most important but unsexy, and my number 1 video on most important but unsexy is called Watch This Before Playing Any Song on Sax, and it looks like that. Are you phrasing right? Because this can unlock your performances and make you sound more pro in the easiest way without having to do a bunch of studying. It's just some very basic stuff about playing long notes and short notes and when to slur and do all this important stuff. In fact, I did a whole free series on it called Make Your Sax Sing at the back end of this year, which was along the same kind of topic, this phrasing topic. So let's have a little tiny dip into that one to remind yourself about what that video was about. And remember, like I mentioned before, all these videos, the links can be found in the description. So have yourself a little Get Your Sax Together marathon before New Year.
But it still uses the same basic rules. So here's Easy On Me by Adele. And now I'm going to play that nice and slowly so you can hear exactly.
So I break down quite a few songs. I break down a few songs showing you exactly what to do. And early in the video, I teach you exactly how to play long notes, short notes, how to tongue them, slur, how to do long shorts, and all this stuff. And literally, if you just follow these simple rules, which you maybe you've never stopped to think about, that could utterly transform how good you sound on saxophone. That is why it's on my top of my list of most important but unsexy videos from this year. Now, the final thing as a special bonus is coming right up. Check this out. So I'm going to finish off today, just to finish off the year, with what were my favourite 3 videos of the whole year. They're not even necessarily the most watched. In fact, most of them I've got really quite low views compared to some of the other big hitters that we've seen in the top 5, but they're ones that I absolutely love the most. Now, starting at number 3 was it's called Learn the Arranging Tricks from the Caravan collab. That's what the thumbnail looked like. And it was my breakdown of exactly how I arranged that Caravan collaboration. And it was so much fun because I had the whole score up there. It's quite in-depth, it's quite geeky, but it's really fun. And I really, really enjoyed sharing my passion and geekery for arranging. So that was number 3. Let's have a little reminder of how that one went. And the cool thing is you can see the arrangement on screen from Sibelius, and then I play the actual recording of what it turned into. So let's enjoy a little clip of this one. I love doing this one.
It's up to a different voicing, which is F minor 9, F minor 6 9 again. Sorry, so you got I think it's actually an octave. It's an octave higher than that. So soprano G, which is the 9th, alto 1, major 6th, alto 2, flat 3. Oh, now look. I forgot the first tenor actually plays the major 7 of the chord. Then tenor 2, 5th, baritone root. So it's actually, I guess you call it an F minor major. But you've practically got every note. There's only one note.
If you go through this whole video, and really check it out, you can learn so much about voicings and chords and arranging and how to write for saxophones. It's practically a mini course in arranging. It's absolutely fantastic stuff.
Scale missing there, okay? Look, root, 9, 3rd, 4th is missing, okay? 5, 6, natural 7. So, of all the 7 notes of the scale, I've got 6 different notes in that voicing, and it sounds absolutely awesome. And with a big fall off. Ba, 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 bow. So let's hear that played properly,
and now you hear
shall
it
we?
like from the original stems.
Where should we go to? Here? Oh, I just missed it. Let's back up a little bit. And of course, saxophones all sound good when they fall off together in that big scoop.
So that is really so much fun to do. I absolutely loved doing that video. And I literally explain every single secret of what is going on inside the arrangement of the most popular video of the year. There are a few different offshoot videos from that one, which are a lot of fun. Okay, my second pick for my personal video that I loved was Charlie Parker's, raving about Charlie Parker's solo on Koko. And the video was called Reaction, Charlie Parker's Astonishing Koko Solo. And as you can see, is Bird the greatest? Yep. and he definitely is. Oh my God. I mean, I've just been loving this Koko solo for so many years. When I was at music college, I lived in a flat of 6 people. I've never told this story before. And when we had to get ready for college really fast in the morning, we would put on Koko, and it's at this breakneck tempo. And we'd all have to get our stuff together. And at the end of Charlie Parker's solo, go back to the head and be like, oh no, we've only got a few seconds to get out the door before the music finishes. So it used to be a lot of fun. And I'm just a complete fanboy, so I just rave about it. And it's so much fun raving about stuff you love, isn't it? So let's have a little reminder of what sort of stuff was going on there.
Now, anyone that knows this solo really well knows exactly what's coming up. Okay, and in my opinion, it's one of the greatest things that anybody has ever played in the history of jazz. Is this
Big
little
claim.
phrase, this 4-bar phrase that he plays on this 2-5-1.
This is so meta, isn't it? Like me watching me. That's kind of like a bit weird. But yeah, check out this lick anyway.
Flat. Are you ready for it?
It's so good though.
One more time. Oh. We bow to you, Bird.
We do.
For that moment of absolute genius. And this is what it sounds like.
hopefully. E flat augmented, A flat major 7 to the 6th. Yeah, so that video is so much fun to do. Going through that solo, which is such an epic solo, and talk you through some of the stuff within it. And of course, you can get the PDF for all these videos. You get the PDF, which is not the same as the one from the Charlie Parker Omnibus book, which has got loads of wrong notes. So, okay, so now we're up to finish the whole year off, my favorite video of the year, which I did. But just before I tell you what that is, let me remind you of a couple of other things that you got this year on Get Your Sax Together. For a start, you learned how to play some of the most famous sax solos ever recorded, including Yakety Sax, Arthur's Theme, Super Freak, When the Going Gets Tough, the Tough Get Going, and It's Still Rock and Roll to Me. And there's also a series of reaction videos, a bit like the Charlie Parker one. I reacted to the Eternal Triangle, which is on, if I could do some complicated pointing, that album, Sunny Side Up by Dizzy Gillespie with Sonny Rollins. I reacted to that. I reacted to Michael Brecker on Teabag, to Sonny Rollins on Blue 7, which is on not an album pictured back there. It's pictured over there, but you can't see it. I also reacted to Avery Dixon, who was fantastic on America's Got Talent, on his Higher Ground. The amazing solo that Earl Bostic did on Up There in Orbit, and the one you've just seen, Charlie Parker on Koko. So, but not only that, there was a bunch of other amazing videos teaching about saxophone technique, about theory, about improvising, about all this cool stuff. So much goodness on Get Your Sax Together this year. But the one that I loved above all others, which was not the most popular with you guys, was my Shoulda Had a Sax Solo on the Bruno Mars Anderson .Paak song, and it was called number 2, Leave the Door Open, Shoulda Had a Sax Solo, Bruno Mars Silk Sonic. So let's remind ourselves what this was like. I absolutely loved getting this solo together and recording it for you. Here we go, check it out.
You feel the way I feel, and you want me like I want you to know, baby. Tell me that you're coming
a song. So good. Oh man. Oh man, I love that so much. It's such a good song. I absolutely adore Bruno Mars and that album. It's all absolutely wicked. Anyway, that was some of the highlights of the year for Get Your Sax Together. It's been an absolutely awesome year. I cannot wait for next year. I've got so many awesome videos for you to help your improvising, to help your tone, whether you're a beginner, whether you're really advanced. I'm going to start raving about some solos that I love. They haven't been that popular, but I might throw in another one or two Shoulda Had a Sax solo if you want some of that, because I really enjoy doing them. Sometimes you just got to do videos for yourself, haven't you? And so much other good stuff. We'll throw in the usual Hall of Fame. You know, my big vision for the channel when I started the whole thing 3 years ago was to have every famous sax solo logged in the channel with a breakdown so you could learn how to play it. And I'm certainly getting through the list, I must admit. So much good stuff coming up in the year to come. I can't wait to help you make your sax playing better. Why? Because it makes your whole life better and it impacts all your other relationships in your life. If you're a happy sax player, you're a happy person to be around. And it's just so much fun at the end of the day, isn't it? And that is why I've 24/7, all year round, got a free gift for you, which is my Saxophone Success Masterclass. Some of you have probably seen it already. If you haven't, make sure you go and check it out. It's absolutely free. The link's there, or you can see it in the description. And it's just an hour of great sax stuff to take you through all different levels and all different tips and tricks to help you with your saxophone playing. Now, if you've ever bought me a coffee, I thank you so much. You guys are so generous. And if you want to buy me a coffee, there is a link to do so via Buy Me a Coffee or via PayPal, because Buy Me a Coffee don't do PayPal anymore, which is really annoying. However, there is a PayPal link. You can just click and get straight in there, and I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful if you've watched any of my videos over the last year, and let's do it. Let's do it for next year. It's going to be the best year ever for Get Your Sax Together. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, and thousands of people who watch the videos are not, please subscribe to the channel. It's going to make a big difference to me. It's going to make a big difference to how the algorithm shows other sax players my videos and helps more and more people. So I'd really appreciate it. And also, if you click the bell button, you get a few different options. And if you just click all, it will tell you when I bring out every video. And I bring out videos every Sunday, without fail, at 7 a.m. UK time. I wish I had never decided from the beginning to release videos at 7 a.m. because every Sunday I'm up at 7 a.m. you know, putting the comment in for the links for the PDFs and all this stuff, and it's really triggering. But I'm stuck with it. So every Sunday, London time, UK time, at 7 a.m, you will get a video from Get Your Sax Together. You can stake your life on it. Okay, guys, have a fantastic year next year. And like I always say, make sure you practice hard, practice smart, and above all else, enjoy your music. Take it easy. And especially the last three choices, you're going to particularly because I'm going to show you my favorite three videos. Biting my tongue. So I'm going to